Hey guys, another video. I've got a Generac GP 7000 that I'm going to turn into a GP 7000-E, or just E for electrical start. I'm doing this because the first step is I already have a ring gear. It's already on now. I'll pull the front housing off, pull the carburetor off, and I pull the side panel off here, which is sitting right there. Now, the starter I obtained through Amazon, which is right here. And this starter is going to attach to the side of the engine at these 2 points, here and here. That's just the spring from the governor. So that's the generator, and I'm gonna take this. Well, first off, I got a plastic plug right here which I gotta pull out. There we go. That's just a plastic plug, but so, all right, the next step would be mounting this through the hole right here. So I've also secured a solenoid, and it looks like those holes are going to match up just fine. This is a ground, or could be used as a ground. Back of it, this is the so this would be a ground. This is going to be our 12 volts in. I'm going to mount, I got a push button 50 amp starter and a solenoid, and I'm going to mount them behind that panel right here, somewhere here. Now the off switch is going to remain the same, which is on the other side. The starter is going to have nothing to do with the basic electronics, which is oil sensor on the other side, and the on-off switch. That's it. But I was lucky enough to have the ring gear in this unit, came with it, so I figured, let me try this. So I guess I'm in for about 90 bucks for the starter, and I'll post that information in the video in the comments area. So the starter, a momentary on-off switch, and a solenoid, just a 12 volt 3-position solenoid. I didn't need a 4, just a 3. So that's kind of where we are. Let me get set up here a little bit, and I'll get those components too, and we'll go through it. All right, so here are the components. First off, it's a momentary push button, and here's the part number from Amazon. And then here's the solenoid. And let's see if I can get a part number on that. So here's the solenoid. I can get the damn thing out of the frickin' box. So I believe this is 12 volts in, this is 12 volts out. This is the relay, or the trigger switch. So we're going to be putting those components in. The switch comes with this. I guess it's a mounting plate right here. And before I got started, I decided let me kind of draw up what I have in mind for the wiring. See if I can keep this down. So that's the drawing that I put together. So let me, I'm going to clean those threads out where the starter's going to go. And the next thing we'll do is just put power to it and see if we can turn this thing over. So hang tight. Okay, I've kind of got you hovering over the top. I want to show you that starter came with this hardware. 3 shims. This is a little thicker shim. And of course 4 bolts. We only need 2. And of course only 1 lock washer made it. They had to find 3 more. Of course I only need 2, so that's kind of where we are. So I'm going to put these 2 down. I think I'm going to try 1 shim first, because this has got a little belly to it right here. And it looks like there's a standoff right here, which will support the back end of the starter. So I'm going to try this shim first. Let me get my, and we're going to put this on. Now, also notice these bolts, they will bottom out in these holes. So you need to be watch that. And I believe that's why the shims are needed. Remove this, set this on top of the shim. Yeah, it doesn't rock. Without the shims, it will not sit flush on the block, the mounting holes of the block. That's one in, just sitting there. Here's the other. And then we'll put a little tension on here. Sorry guys, it's hot out here today. I think it's 97 degrees. That one's not lining up. There we go. I think, yeah, okay. There is some give. I think I'm just gonna push it against the flywheel housing. Just kind of tighten that up. And then it's sitting on that standoff in the back. So see if we can put a little, tighten them up. Just a little bit. I don't know how tight to put them. Click. I don't think so. So that's just using the one thicker shim, and it looks pretty good. Let's see if I can pull it out and line it up with those wheels, the teeth on the ring gear. Yeah, I would like them closer, or coming out further, but not too bad. Let me see if I can take you down and show. Just catching the ring gear. Looks like it could be pretty good. All right, let's go at it this way. Alright, here's the ring gear. I'm going to pull it out. It's not much. So, now let's put some power to the starter. I think I got it as close as I can get it. Let's see. Ground. Let's just go to the block. Put the other end up to my battery, and I'll ground the starter. Put power to the starter. Okay. Kind of hate doing it this way. It kind of mars up that. Let's see how we go. Nope. Looks like it's jammed. I think I need that other spacer. Yeah, I need a second spacer because it caught down in the bottom of the teeth. So let me hit that back and we'll add that other spacer. Two more spacers here. I think I'm just going to go with the one. I'd rather it close than not. So we'll put this one underneath. Hold it in place. So I can put this on the extension. Out the starter. These 6mm Allens go in it. Come with the kit. So let's see if we can maneuver this. That's a mess. 3 hands. Oh yeah, it's coming out further. So yeah, that's what it was. Just that little bit. Now let's put some torque on this. Just to get them as close as I can. Loosen them up first. Lock them in there. go back with the battery. Put my ground to my block. Hold that. Actually, I think I'm gonna put this. No, it ain't gonna go on there. Let's maybe hold it a little bit. I don't want to burn that. Okay. Alright. Got the battery over here on the side of me. Let's go with it and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's smooth. That's smooth. Wish I knew how much to torque those bolts to. Maybe I can find those in the GP 7000E specs. So, give me a minute. Let me find that. Okay, guys, I got some of the wires on it. I found a bolt. Looks like it's another 8mm, but I found a short bolt. And I got my ground. I'm going to go ahead and ground there. I've also got my positive 12. And I didn't like this, so I added another, and this, by the way, was 7/16. I added another nut on here because when I loosened that nut, it just flopped around. So anyway, it's secure and tight now. Now the other thing, these bolts for the starter. So I asked AI, and AI said 18 foot-pounds. Or 216 inch-pounds. I didn't get that far. I know they're tighter than 10, but somewhere between 10 and 15 is where they are. That's as far as I wanted to go with those two. But it feels good, and so next thing to do is to figure out the cleanest way to mount the solenoid and the push button, and I think I'm gonna go up here, but I want to get the whole thing connected before I go drilling holes and mounting. So let's let me gather my stuff and I'll come back and we'll go that way. Let me put the pieces together. Stand by. Okay, guys, still got to put the gas tank on and the carburetor and everything else, but I got a couple bolts holding that side panel. There's the on-off button. Give you a look at the inside before the gas tank goes on. We decided to mount the coil here. I need the ground. I didn't feel like I didn't want to run another wire. Of course, here's the trigger wire, which is coming off the positive from the battery and feeding this, and that passes through the switch, which is mounted there. So it looked pretty neat. Still got to put it all back together again. Gonna have plenty of room. But I got it sitting on the starter on the battery, and I figured I could crank it. So that's good. All right, let me wrap this up. I'll give you a final when I'm done. Okay, guys, it's done. Everything's hooked up. Looking good. No more pulling this damn thing. Let's give it a shot. It's cold. I ain't started it in a while. Oh, it's off. Damn switch wasn't on run. All right, we don't need choke, maybe. Let's go with it. that's it. All done. I can put it on Facebook and sell it. Brand new gas tank. Now it is now a GP 7000E. All the wires, and you know, there's no battery going on this thing. Half the time these batteries die on the machine and you wind up having to get another one anyway. Use a jump pack. They're cheaper. I have a 12 volt I keep around just for fooling with lawnmowers. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop me any comments. Thanks.